And this competition replay was sent in by the user Drugo. That is Drugo, and he's driving the RU-251 on a standard battle on the steppes. RU-251 being one of the new Tier 8 light tanks for the Germans. So straight away, Drugo going to be heading to the far left-hand flank, going to use his speed and agility to get into position pretty quickly and hopefully spot out some of the enemy tanks as they come in. The RU-251 is very, very quick, very, very nimble, and has a half-decent cannon with that 190 penetration, 240 damage, and only a 5-second reload. So this thing, once it gets in and amongst the enemy tanks, is able to wreak havoc on them. Got some support from an E50 and a T25-2 early on, both of them making a rush. Normally that corner there where the E50's sitting can tend to be dead man's corner if you don't have the support from some other tanks, but it looks like the E50 has the support. The RU-251 sliding around just a little bit, sees that the enemy team does have an E75 and a Ferdinand here, but thinks he can sneak around the back. I'm going to see if he gets spotted out here. He has been spotted out, so the enemy team is going to know that he's here. The E50 is still going to be sitting on that corner. Although they know he's here, this E75 seems blissfully unaware. Going to keep his gun focused on the track at the back. Didn't actually take out the track, but was able to get some damage. Has another shot at the track. Does manage to take his track off that time. I'm going to get some consistent damage on the E75, and at some point this E75 is going to have to turn his attention to the RU, which he does now. Gets set on fire. Looks like the E75 is focused on the E50 instead. Now spins his cannon across, but it looks like he gets taken out by the Waffenträger Panzer IV. Now he's going to turn his attention to this IS-6 instead. IS-6 a little bit quicker on the reflexes there. He turns himself around straight away. Drugo going to try and get into cover, make himself safe, and as the IS-6 is focusing on the RU, he's not focusing on the E50, which is doing all the damage to him. And the E50 gets himself taken out, and that's great light tank play, sacrificing your own damage for the good of the team, just putting himself safe while the IS-6 was focused on him, so that the E50 could do the damage and take him out. Does take the kill from the Ferdinand, though, for his first kill of the match, and that is the right flank won very, very quickly for the Allies here. And it's not even like the enemy team had many, many less tanks than them. It's just that the Allied team did a fantastic job of overpowering them. Not even like they've got more tanks on that far left-hand flank. You can see he's preloaded high explosive ammunition for the Stur Emil and the Rheinmetall here. That's a lovely bit of damage on the Emil there, 317. He gets taken out by the Waffenträger. I'm going to try and get a shot on this Rheinmetall, and the shot he does takes him out. And that's kill number 2. The Allies are just running roughshod all over the enemy team here. If you can win this right-hand flank quickly, you can tend to run away with the battle. Gets a lovely shot on that Tiger 2. Gonna move up now as everybody else is at range. Not really sure where the enemy team is. They don't seem to have put a strong presence anywhere in this battle. They aren't particularly strong on the left-hand flank. They definitely weren't strong on the right-hand flank. Had a shot at the Tiger 2 there, but that wasn't going to penetrate, and in fact didn't even land. IS-6 gets himself taken out. A couple of shots land around the RU, but he's just too quick, and they're not able to land anything. Got to play it carefully here, as if he's going to try and carousel around this Tiger 2, he's going to have to come up a hill. So he decides to just put some distance between himself and the Tiger 2, and he's going to try and use server lag to his advantage. For some reason, the Tiger 2 is backing off, keeping his side armor pointed at the RU-251, rather than spinning his front armor onto target. No idea why he's doing this. RU decides that he doesn't care if he gets the front armor, focuses on the lower plate, takes him out for kill number 3. Now he's going to move on his attention maybe to this Tortoise. Tortoise is going to find it difficult. Jagdtiger going to be a very tough customer to crack there. Tortoise is going to find it difficult to duel with a light tank. He does have very, very good traverse, but he's terrible in a straight line. Although he does have quite a bit of distance between himself and this RU, so the RU is going to have to close that distance very quickly and probably take at least 1 or 2 hits. As it is, he looks like he's focused on somebody else, and the RU of Drugo is able to put 1 good shot through his weak spot. Only got 1 AP round left. Looks like the Tortoise is trying to predict where he's going to go, trying to sneak a shot to the right of that little gun mantlet on his hatch there. Tortoise has his shot and misses, and as you can see, the traverse of this Tortoise is excellent. He's ran out of AP shells, now using heat, and there's no way this traverse of the Tortoise is going to be good enough to keep up with the RU. He gets down the hill. He's all the way to the side of this Tortoise, and there's going to be nothing he can do about it. He's trying in vain to keep angling himself properly. On the plus side, the angle was too great for the heat ammunition to penetrate there. Drugo just deciding to stay at the guy's side rather than going for the rear, as that's much larger, flatter armor. Does a good job there, the Tortoise, of knocking into the RU, slowing him down just enough to get one shot into him, but one shot's never going to be enough. And that's kill number 4 and 5,000 points of damage for Drugo there in his RU-251, giving us a masterful display. So awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in.